I welcome everybody. Find your comfortable seat. If you have some blocks, have them handy, maybe at the top of your mat. If not, maybe grab a little pile of books. And if you don't have that, that's okay. We can work without them as well. So just finding that seat, maybe even propping the hips up on a blanket or a pillow or a bolster. And feel the length in the spine. And just allow yourself to arrive, settling in. You might start to close the eyes either completely or just partially, finding a soft gaze to the floor. Not forcing anything, just allowing yourself to connect a little deeper to the present moment here and now. Just noticing where things are for you. There's all the energy floating around the head. We start to move it into the body by deepening and lengthening the breath. Invite the breath to move more fully from the nostrils down deep into the belly. And then allow the belly button to melt back towards the spine as you watch the air push up and out the nostrils, slow and soft. Noticing how your body responds, how your mind responds, how your heart responds to the mindful breath. Just witnessing, we're not analyzing or judging. Keep coming back to that lengthy breath. Invite it to slow things down a bit. Allow it to invite your awareness from all the stimulation of the outside world to the landscape of your internal world. You might be gently scanning the body, noticing physical sensations or mental agitations or the state of your heart. And just start to bring those awarenesses just more fully into the details of your breath. Just allowing or inviting an intention or an affirmation to ride the breath. As you breathe in, bring in what it is you need. Peace, calm, center. Whatever it is for you, breathe it in. You can repeat the word to yourself or just have the intention of that energy riding that breath as it fills you up. And as you exhale slow and soft, just feel the body settle into the energy of whatever it is you're bringing in. Take 2 or 3 mindful breaths like that, bringing in whatever the intention is that you choose to work with in this moment, or its practice, day. Slow and soft exhale, and yourself settle in here. Very slowly, very gently, start to lift the hands off of the legs, just slow, like really slow. And once the hands have lifted, maybe a couple inches above the legs, turn the palms towards each other. And then very slowly start to let the palms go towards each other, but don't let them touch. Just moving the hands towards each other, making their way eventually right in front of the heart. Not touching just yet, but when they're close enough, just take a moment there. Just bring your awareness to the space between your hands. Notice what you notice. And then very gently start to bring the fingertips closer towards each other and just let the hands barely touch. Barely touch. Take a few moments to just connect with that experience. And then begin to gently press the fingertips even more and the hands even more together, slowly pressing the palms towards each other. And eventually pressing them towards each other so much that you can start to feel the energy move all the way up the arms and maybe even into the chest. Back. Feel into that energy. And then just gently let the palms press together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. And take a nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Just feeling into yourself as an energy being. Feel the vibrations, the sensations. Feel the connection of the legs to the earth. As you inhale, let's send the fingertips straight up towards the sky. You can separate the arms, take up some space, spread the fingers nice and wide and bright. So bright that you can feel the energy in each finger and the space between the fingers. One more breath here. And then exhale, let the palms face me and find cactus arms. Start to squeeze shoulder blades together, open the heart. The crown of the head lift, let the forearms reach back, feel the energy in the back body. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky. And then exhale, just let the hands float out and down by your side. Just let them float. When the hands touch the earth, whatever that is for you, just let the fingertips graze the earth. Let the arms be heavy, find length in the torso. Nice full breath in. And a full breath out. Just bring the hands to the knees or the thighs. We're just going to find some Sufi circles, slow, gentle circles, moving the heart around where the spine and the heart just were. Moving from the hips and breathing, letting the heart move forward, inhaling, and maybe as the heart moves back, you exhale. And let the circles grow even bigger. Don't go too fast, especially if you feel dizzy at all. And then let them go so deep that you get maybe a little more action in the shoulders. You might take one shoulder towards the opposite knee to get a little spiraling action in the spine. Be mindful of your spine. And next time that your back, your heart is towards the back, just pause there, take a breath. Excuse me, and then go in the opposite direction. Starting with circles small. Notice if there's gripping. You release something that maybe is not serving you right now, like the gripping of the jaw or the forehead. Just find your softness. As you flow through these circles, letting them grow bigger, feels right to you. Letting the eyes soften, just finding that inner dance, your own personal dance. You might start to sway one shoulder towards the opposite knee, getting a little more action on the spine. You might not, you choose. And then just another breath or two, or circle or two. And the next time your heart is towards the back, we'll pause there. If you get there, it's fine. So nice and tall, take a nice full breath in. And a full breath out. Just stretch the legs out from left to right. I mean, it's wide V. Doesn't have to be very wide right now, especially since we're just getting started. It never has to be very wide. And then flex the feet, press energy out the heels, toes point up. It's a nice place to be on a little blanket, tilt the pelvis forward a little bit. Or take the hands or I should say, right behind you and squeeze shoulder blades together. And then press through the fingertips to lift the heart up and let the shoulder blades draw down the back. Flex those feet, take another breath. Notice how things feel. Then go ahead and point the toes. And notice how that feels. And then flex and wiggle the toes. Let's come back through center, ground down through the heels, the thighs, the heart lifts. You could stay like that or take the hands forward, roll the shoulders back. I'm going to ask you to take the hands in front of you if you choose to do that and pull the floor towards you, sending the heart up and out through the arms, up and over the computer, tailbone reaches back. If pulling the floor towards you, we get into a straighter spine. You might feel a little more action in the thighs. Take a couple breaths. You can always walk the hands forward and go in deeper. If the eyes soften, we'll be here for a few breaths. So just be where you are, giving the body permission to surrender to your breath, surrender to the shape. As you might drop in deeper. You might stay exactly where you are and feel the body start to receive the posture. Wherever you are, you might tuck the chin and just find a little gentle movement with the neck looking from side to side, just bringing a little warmth and movement in. Maybe some very gentle circles. And pausing and maybe dropping in even deeper if that feels right to you. With the chin tucked, we'll take another 2 breaths here. Begin to tune into your hands on the earth. Find your core, pull your low tummy in and press the earth away as you slowly walk the hands back in. And then roll the shoulders when you do arrive, sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and take the legs, bend them, let the feet come nice and wide. Take the hands behind you, lift the heart, little windshield wiper. And let the knees drop down to the right. So you have to take the feet a little wider, maybe back a little bit. We're going to let both knees drop down. Even if that left hip lifts off the ground, it's fine. If you have something underneath your hips, you might want to move it here. It tends to work better with nothing underneath you. And then let's take that left hip. We're going to press it forward and send it over to the right. Take both hands over to your right. Ground down through the palms. Don't go too deep, meaning don't go all the way towards the back wall. Just keep it over to the right. And then we're going to round the spine a little bit. So start to pull the tummy in. That right hip, the left hip is going to press forward a little bit, rounding the spine, tuck the chin, and just look down between the hands. Very gentle movement. And then we inhale, open the heart through the arms, send the gaze up. Let the tailbone poke out a little bit. One more time, very gently, start to tuck the tailbone under, pull the tummy in, round the spine, press down through both hands, tuck the chin. And then inhale, it's not a grand movement. Open the chest, open the heart, shoulders roll back, chin might lift, tailbone pokes back a little bit. And then gently bring yourself to neutral. We're going to ground through the right hand. You might even choose to walk the hand further away a little bit. Left hand's going to reach out towards the wall by your side, over to the right, and then reach up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to bend the elbow towards so your left elbow bends towards your left foot. You can even let that left hip melt down if that feels okay. And then open the heart so the forearm goes back behind you a little bit. And then inhale, reach the fingertips up. Spiral over to the right, and the hand comes down. And do that 2 more times. Make sure it's on a hurry. Inhale, reach the arm up, paying real close attention to your body and what feels right to you. Safe. Explore, be even curious to your internal landscape, because only you know how to place that hand back to the floor when you're ready in your own time. We'll do one more. Remember that you are your best teacher. Whoever's sitting in this spot is just your guide home to yourself. And that hand rounds to the floor to the right, sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And you might walk the hands further away from you. I'm going to suggest that you straighten out the arms and reach the fingers as far away, even if you rest your head on a block or some books or a pillow, and just reach out the fingertips. A nice big breath in, big breath out. Two more breaths. You can always lower your block. And rooting hands down, slowly bring the hands in underneath the shoulders. And we gently begin to unwind, walking the hands in front. And then leaning back to center. Little windshield wiper. And then let's just come to sit just for just a moment. Just feel what you feel. You go inside. And your breath. You don't need to use the breath to change anything necessarily, even though it can be handy for that. Just to bring you a little more present. Let those legs come out wide again, as wide as your mat. A little windshield wiper. And then we'll let the knees drop down to the left. Take the feet a little bit wider and back. Take that right hip. Getting my left and right confused today. Excuse me. Hands over to your left. Try to let them be pretty close to your shoulders so we're not leaning far out. Right now they're pretty close in. Sit up nice and tall. Crown down through flat hands if you can. And then we'll take that right arm, reach it forward, reach it up towards the ceiling. Remember, we're going slow and mindful here. The hip starts to melt back. Bend the elbow. Elbow goes towards the knee. The forearm behind you. And then inhale, reach it up. We're going to go there afterwards, Bev. I see you. Take it back down. Two more just like that. Inhale, reach that arm up. Exhale, pull it back. Really bring the forearm behind you, open the heart. And then reach it back. And last one. Take your time, open up, feel what you feel. Notice what the shapes feel like in your body. And then eventually releasing your hands to the floor again. From here, we'll ground down through the hands. We're going to inhale, open the heart. It's like almost like a little cat-cow action. Tilting the tailbone behind you, shoulders roll back. You might even lift the chin if that feels good. And then as you exhale, very slowly start to tuck the chin, round the spine, tailbone tucks under gently. Move through a couple more like that, just at your own pace, but do take it slow so you can be really mindful with what's happening on the inside for you. We don't want to go too deep, we're in a bit of a twist here. Just feel into the experience. One more round. And then inhale, open up the heart, shoulders roll back. Once you've gotten there, start to walk the hands forward. Let the arms stretch straight out. If you have a block or a pillow that you want to rest your head on, that's fine. Reach the fingertips further away. And lengthen the side body. Take a nice full breath in and out. Moving down through the hands, slowly start to lift the head and the heart, pull your tummy in, walk the hands back in towards you. And when you're ready, very gently start to unwind yourself. And back to center. Put your block back towards the front of the mat if it's moved. And as you settle in here, Let the feet come hip distance. Let the hands rest behind you. Press down through the hands. We're going to mindfully squeeze shoulder blades together. Squeeze elbows towards each other with a little bend in those elbows. Let the chin stay tucked. Root down through the feet. Start to press the earth away and lift the hips off the ground any amount. And then you might choose to squeeze the glutes and lift a little more. Another breath. And then slowly and mindfully lower down and gently place your hips on the floor. Let the knees drop out, soles of the feet together. And take the arms forward along the spine, just like we did before. We're going to pull the floor towards you, open the heart. And drop in if you'd like. A couple breaths here. You might tuck the chin. Again, you might find a little movement from side to side, just exploring and opening up the neck a little bit. Now, a couple breaths, let the knees surrender. Another full inhale, full exhale. Down through the hands, low tummy pulse in. Slowly walk the hands in. Bring the hands to the knees, bring the knees together. Ground through your feet. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift the heart up towards your thumbs, sitting up nice and tall, getting out of the low back. And then we're going to start to lean back a little bit. We're not going all the way back, so you don't have to move anything out of the way. You just lean back till you feel your core turn on. And then lift the heart again. Shoulders out of the ears. Either stay there for a couple breaths, or you can lean back a little more if you'd like. If there's some shaking, it means it's working. If you want some more action, you might take the arms, reach them forward, and then reach them out, and then reach them up, right by the ears. Keep the heart lifted. You control this. How deep you go is up to you. Another breath. And then bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Take the feet a little wider. Press down, squeeze shoulder blades together. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Another breath. Really squeeze the glutes and squeeze those shoulders together. And then gently release down. Take your arms, wrap around the knees, let the head tuck, take a full breath in and out, feel the shoulder blades spread. Inhale, lengthen up. Take the hands behind you. One more time, you can do the same thing or straighten out the legs. Whoops. And we'll do more of a reverse plank. So hands go to the floor, press down, squeeze shoulder blades towards each other. Ground down through the heels. Really start to stiffen up the legs, squeeze thighs together. And then find your glutes and start to press down through the hands and heels and lift those hips up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep the chin tucked, keep the neck safe. Another breath. This can always be done with bent knees. And then lower down nice and slow. Inhale, sit up tall, pull the flesh out from underneath, find your Dandasana. Find your breath. Let this moment bring you back to center, back to you. Let's go ahead and make our way around to tabletop. Once you get there, start wiggling yourself around. See what feels good here. Maybe a little tail wag, looking over your shoulder. And pressing down through the hands, get your grip all set. Shoulders out of the ears, fingertips rooted to the floor. Pressing down through the ball joint behind the big finger, not the big finger, I was gonna say the big toe, but the pointer finger and the thumb. Find your drishti out in front of the fingers so that the neck is nice and long. Inhale, extend your right leg behind you. Let's put the toes to the ground for a moment and press back, letting the heel reach towards the back wall. And then shift forward, getting into the bottom of the foot. And press back, heel goes to the back wall. And we come back through center. You can take that leg and walk it out to the right, any amount, all the way up towards that left knee if you'd like, with the toes facing forward. And you can go to any point that feels right to you. And then press back, letting the hips reach towards the back wall. And then press forward, heart shines forward. Might even look up a little. And then round it out, press the hips back. And then shift forward, heart opens. And one more, send those hips back. And then send the heart forward. And come to center. Go ahead and bring that right knee underneath, back into tabletop. Left leg goes behind you, toes to the ground. Press the mat forward, heel goes back. Shift through center, get into the bottoms of the foot. Toes curled under. And then the hips, heel goes back. Try not to relax the head so much that you're looking back towards your foot. Let your gaze stay out over the fingertips, out in front of the fingertips, so the neck stays long. Chin might tuck a little bit, so the gaze is straight down. Go through one more round. And then come to center when you're ready. And that left leg's gonna come out to the side, any amount. If you come as high as the foot to the same level as that right knee, let the toes face forward. Inhale, open up the heart. Come forward a little bit. Exhale, tuck the chin, pull the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Back through center. Bring that knee underneath. And just move through a little bit of cat-cow, just a couple rounds. In your own time, you can press it back to child's pose. For now, maybe keep the knees a little closer together instead of taking them really wide, and let the back body stretch out a bit. Hands can reach forward, or you can take them back behind you. Feel free to roll the wrists. Just take a few breaths. One more big inhale, one more big exhale. Reaching hands forward when you're ready. Lifting yourself back through tabletop. To center. Right leg is going to lift behind you, square the hips, tummy pulls in. Gaze is on the floor, out in front of the fingertips, and then you decide maybe the left arm lifts. Maybe you keep it on the ground, it's your choice. And we're going to bring the knee to the nose, maybe the elbow comes in, squeeze and lift. And then inhale, extend. And this time we tap back. If it's just the leg that's lifted, just bend the knee, foot towards the ceiling. Inhale, extend. Exhale, take it under, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap back. Don't worry about it if you don't touch it, it's fine. One more, take it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap back. Inhale, extend. Gently release. Find some movement, maybe it's cat-cow or a little tail wag just to release. Recenter. As you're ready, extend the left leg behind, flex the foot, hips square to the floor. Low tummy pulls in, and you decide maybe that right arm comes forward or up. Keep your eyes on your drishti. Knee to nose or knee to elbow, pull in. Inhale, extend. Tap back. Inhale, extend. 2 more rounds at your own pace. Keep it mindful. you are done with those 2 rounds, release down and just take a few breaths and trail toes. This time you might want to take the knees a little wider, wiggle the hips a bit. Use your breath to come home to yourself. Inhale, lift yourself back up into tabletop. Ground down through your hands. Step one leg back, step the other leg back, plank. You can always do this with knees down, keeping them behind the hips. Press down, squeeze in. We're just going to shift forward on tippy toes. Hip reaches towards the wall in front, and then shift back. Heels go towards the back wall. The hips do not lift. We're just shifting forward and back on the heels. One more. Good. And then hips go up and back, down dog. Let yourself settle in here. Take a few breaths. Walk it out. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Inhale, extend the left leg behind you. We're going to step the left leg forward, but to the outside of the left hand. So help it forward if it needs help. You might take your block or your books and place your hands on it if that gives you more space. And then wiggle the hips a little bit, settling deeper in, maybe. Make sure that left knee is not in front of the left ankle. If it is, walk the left foot forward a little bit. So it's right above it. Roll the shoulders out of the ears. It's like a little cat-cow here. Again, we're going to drop the hips, open the heart. Be mindful of that left knee. And then around the spine, tuck the chin, and lift the hips a little bit. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Exhale, round the spine, lift the hips a little. Last one, open the heart, drop the hips in. And lift the hips, round the spine, tuck the chin. And then come to neutral. Take that right hand to the floor, out towards the edge of your mat. Left hand to the left knee or thigh, and find a nice wide twist. Start to look up towards the shoulder. Maybe that left arm lifts. Maybe the left arm reaches behind you a little more. One more breath. And then float that left hand down underneath to the earth. Ground down through your hands, step back, plank. Take a breath. And then press back, downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. And out. Lift through a vinyasa if you choose, or hang out in down dog or child pose. As you arrive in your down dog in your own time, extend the right leg behind you. Press through the hands so the heel reaches further back. Step that right leg all the way forward to the outside of the right hand. You decide, maybe a block will serve you well here, your choice. Might want to explore it. Check in with your alignment. Right knee should be above that right ankle. Settle in with the hips, see what that feels like. Make sure you're not dumping down too much. Roll the shoulders back, open the heart. Hips open a little more, and then around the spine, tuck the chin, pull the hips up and back just a bit. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. And inhale, open. Get that knee in towards the tricep. Exhale, round. And then settle into neutral. Take a breath. Let your left hand come to the floor towards the outer edge of the mat, off to the left. Right hand to the right thigh. Start to look up and over that right shoulder. Reach the arm up if you choose, and then reach the arm further behind you, opening up a little more. Another breath. Hand drops down to the earth. Really stable in the hands. Send that right leg back, plank. Either move back into down dog or move through your vinyasa. You arrive in your down dog. Take a breath. Inhale, come forward into plank. You can always lower the knees or keep them lifted. We're going to lower down to forearms. Press down through the forearms. Squeeze the glutes, thighs. Keep pressing through the forearms. You got this. You're super strong. Use your breath. You get to lower your knees if they're not lowered. Start to lower your hips. Belly. Forearms separate to the earth for Sphinx. Pull the floor toward you, open the heart. You might pull tummy in a little bit, feeling the low back a little safer. Another breath. Try to let the elbows come wide. Rest on one cheek. Big inhale, big exhale. Good. We'll reach the arms forward on the floor, channeling your inner superhero. Tuck the chin, let the forehead rest on the floor if that feels okay. I'm not going to do that because you won't be able to hear me. As you inhale, lift the left leg and the right arm. Really reach further away from you than up. And then exhale, lower back down. Lift the right leg and the left arm. You can always just do the leg. And then exhale back down. Root the tops of the feet to the floor, the pelvis to the floor. And then inhale the arms and the chest. Exhale, lower back down. One more time, just like that. We're going to inhale, lift. And as you exhale, bend the elbows back, cactus arm. Another breath here. Exhale, fingers forward and down. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. One more time here. Inhale, lift the arms and the chest. Maybe you lift the legs as well. Maybe exhale, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart even more, cactus arms. One more breath here. And then inhale, reach the fingertips forward. Exhale, take it down. Go ahead and bend the arms, rest the head, take a nice big letting go breath. One more here. We're going to take the hands back by your side, palms face down. One little piece at a time. Inhale, lift the forehead off the floor, an inch or two. Start to take those shoulders, roll them back, and then down the spine, walking your fingertips more towards your heels. Lift the heart, tuck the chin, shoulders up. And then you might stay here, or you might lift the arms off the ground. You might squeeze and lift the hips, the legs as well. Take another breath. Inhale, lift a little more. Squeeze glutes and thighs. And then gently release down. Rest on the opposite cheek. Take a nice good breath in and out. Let's bring the hands by your chest. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, don't think about it. Press yourself up into plank. Squeeze the middle line, find your strength, your inner center, your core. Keep squeezing, knees are always allowed down. And then press up and back, down dog. We take 5 breaths in down dog. Of course, you can make it child's pose if that works better for you. Press through the hands. Hips reach back. Another breath or two. Look to the front of the mat, come up on your tippy toes and start to walk the feet to the front of your mat. When you get there, heels release to the floor. Relax the head by shaking it yes and no gently, letting the neck know it can release. Nice big breath in and out. Round through the feet. Feel that energy move up to the legs, thighs, hips. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine, shoulders roll back. Exhale, forward fold. Then the knees, reverse swan dive. Take it all the way up to standing, maybe look up towards the thumb. And then hands to the heart. Feel what you feel. Reconnect to the feet on the earth. Your breath, your heartbeat. The air on your skin. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lift your right knee. Either stay there or press that leg straight, sending the heel forward. Keep the heart lifted. Try not to lean back. Another breath here. You're going to gently take that leg back behind you, all the way back into a low lunge. As you arrive, root down through the hands, left leg goes back, three-legged dog. Come forward into plank, left ankle over right, squeeze thighs. Maybe the left leg goes back up, three-legged dog. And you can put the left leg down or keep it lifted as you shift forward into plank. Release it down, move through your vinyasa, or don't. Make your way into down dog, take a good breath in and a breath out. Tippy toes, look forward, start to walk the feet towards the front of the mat, staying on your tippy toes. When they get there, start to release the heels down, release the heart and the head. Maybe clasp the elbows, ground through the feet, the legs, release through the head. Release the clasped arms, ground down through the legs. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, roots in the legs, reverse swan dive, take it all the way up. And hands to the heart. Reconnect. Be with your breath. Be with your body. Be the witness to what's happening once you've come back to stillness. On your next inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center, ground through your right leg, lift your left knee. And your balance here. Should have mentioned this before, you can keep your toes on the ground and work balance here as well, if that works better for you. Another breath. Maybe straighten out that leg. Try to keep the heart lifted. Try not to lean back. Okay. And then we gently tick-tock that leg behind you. Place the hands to the floor. Step it back, low lunge. Bending your way into low lunge as best you can. Ground through the hands. We're going to take that right leg all the way back. Three-legged dog. Shift forward into plank, right ankle over left. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hips up and back, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Either put the leg down and move through your vinyasa or shift forward into plank with that leg lifting. Gently release it down as you lower to the earth. Make your way, your way. When you make your way into down dog, let's go ahead and look to the front of the mat. Come up on your tippy toes. Start to walk your feet forward on your tippy toes. Doesn't mean you can't bend your knees. When you get there, release the heels down, release the head and the heart. Maybe clasp the elbows. Inhale, we come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. This time as you exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin, let the head reach towards the knees as the tailbone reaches up. Another breath here. Little bend in the knees, fire up the glutes and the thighs, find your core and reverse swan dive. And hands to the heart. Nice full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm lifts. You can go in either direction, we'll be doing both. Inhale, lengthen up that left side body and reach up and over. And really ground down through the legs to get an even bigger opening in the left body. Shoulder open, bottom arm is heavy. Another full breath. Inhale, lift up, both arms lift. Exhale, other side. Reach up and over. Play with your edge. Take a couple breaths to lean into this. Ground down through the legs, core engaged, so we don't just fall into it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release that arm down. Roll the shoulders with a breath in. Melt them down with a breath out. Tadasana, take up some space. Feel your belly rise and fall. Inhale, stretch the arms up. As you exhale, we're going to take the hands back and sit into chair, but with the arms behind you. So let the hips melt back. Really ground through the feet, squeeze thighs towards each other without pulling them in. And then squeeze shoulder blades together and reach the fingertips back a little bit more. Another breath, find your core, open the heart. Ground down through the legs, a lot of action here. Another breath. And then press down, sweep the arms forward and up. And we swan dive, forward fold. Move through the hands, bend the knees, step back with the right leg. Round the hands, step back with the left leg, plank. Feel free to hang out here or with knees down, or come down to forearms, just for a breath. And then make your way back up into your high plank. Hips back, down dog. Settle into your down dog. Feel free to move through a vinyasa here. Nice full breaths. When you find your way into down dog, extend your left leg behind you. You're going to bend the knees, stack the hips. Left hip over right. Let that left foot be heavy towards the right glute. Keep the shoulders squared to the floor. Take another breath. Toes to the sky. Square your hips. Step that left leg all the way forward between the hands. Low lunge. When you arrive, get your foundation steady. Make your way up. High lunge. Practice arms. Elbows kiss behind you as the forearms, or the palms rather, face up, like you're holding two pizzas. Squeeze shoulder blades together, open the heart, maybe gaze goes north. Don't lose your stability. Tummy in, one more breath. Release the arms down and then take a nice big breath in to reach them up and hands come to the earth. We're going to drop the back heel down. Ground through the legs. Pull that left hip underneath. Start to lift the right arm. Really ground through the legs. Make your way up. Warrior two. Find your way to warrior two. Settle in. You might walk the feet further away if you feel like you want to go deeper. Make sure that front knee is going towards that second toe, not towards the big toe. Another breath. Begin to straighten out the front leg. Let's reach as far forward as you can for your triangle pose. And length from hips to armpits. Crown of the head reaches forward. You don't have to go all the way down, especially if you're leaning forward. Another breath here. Begin to bend into the front knee. Cartwheel the hands down. Back heel lifts. Step it back. Vinyasa or no vinyasa, you choose. When you find your way into down dog, we'll take a nice full breath in. And out. Right leg will extend behind. Press through the hands, heel goes back. Stack the hips, bend the knee, keep those shoulders squared. Another breath or two here. Toes to the sky, square your hips, step that leg all the way forward. Help it forward as it needs it. Root down, rise up, find your high lunge. Settle in here, find your drishti. Squeeze to the center line. Cactus arms. Squeeze shoulder blades together, back body opens. And then elbows start to kiss behind you as the palms open up towards the ceiling. Carrying some pizza pies. Squeeze shoulder blades. Elbows reach towards each other. Try not to jet out the ribs. It's a fine line. Another breath. Reach those fingertips straight out to the side. Relax them down. And then inhale, sweep them up. Exhale and place them down, really firing up that right glute as you come down slowly and mindfully. Left heel drops down behind you. Right hip is going to come underneath, ground down, left arm lifts, and we come up into your warrior two. Okay, let yourself settle in here. See where things are for you today. Press down through the outer edge of that back foot. Another breath. Begin to straighten out the front leg. Reach as far forward as you can. Trikonasana. Length, fingertip to fingertip. Breathe here. Beautiful. You need to bend into that right knee, sweep the left arm down to the floor, left heel lifts, and we step it back. Down dog. If you want a vinyasa, take it. We will all meet in child's pose. Let the hips have a little wiggle towards the heels. Whenever you get there, let yourself settle in. Nice full breaths in and out. One more big inhale. Fill up. A big releasing audible exhale. Let it go. If you are in child's pose, press down, put the hands under the shoulders, slowly lift up, take it slow. If you're in down dog, just make your way to all the way down, and we'll just come to sit on the mat. Get your arms move forward. So, oh, before we go down, let's grab a block. If you don't have a block, but you have a blanket or a pillow, you can grab that. If you don't have anything, it's okay. Take the block if you have it or whatever between the hands. Bring it out in front. Slowly lower down. Take it nice and slow, unless you're just done and you want to come down as fast as possible. That's fine. And you land on the ground. Take a breath in and out to receive the earth. Gratitude for the support. Reconnect to a mindful belly breath. Let's send the right leg straight up towards the sky. We'll cross the ankle over the left thigh. The knee press away, either stay there or pull the left thigh in towards your chest. Settle in here, take a couple breaths. You consciously choose to let something go if there's ripping happening, whether that be in the physical body or the mental body, the heart. If there's something that's not ready to release, can you look at it? Just explore it, be curious about it. Be with it. If you want to straighten the left leg towards the ceiling, feel free to do that. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. The left foot will come down to the floor with bent knee. Right leg goes straight up to realign the hips, and then bend the knee, place it down. Take a nice full breath in, and a full breath out. Left leg lifts. Crossing ankle over thigh. Let the knee drop away. And when you feel ready, bring the right thigh in towards your chest if you choose to. And being with what is. Balancing act of embracing and exploring and letting go. You might choose to straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. A couple more breaths here. And then gently releasing that right foot to the floor. Left leg goes straight up towards the sky, squaring off the hips. And then place the foot to the earth. Take a nice big belly breath. You have your block handy, you'll take it on the lowest level and place it underneath your sacrum. You don't have a block, but you have a blanket roll or a towel, even a pillow. You can place it under the sacrum to give you a little lift. If not, just keep the sacrum on the floor, that's fine. And if the pillow or blanket doesn't feel comfortable, then remove it. Let the palms face up, out by your side. The shoulders surrender to the floor. Take a couple breaths right here. And the hips just soften and melt over the block. And you might choose to explore what it feels like to straighten out the legs. Just do one leg at a time to just make sure the back is not pinching. You might want to flex the feet to engage the legs to keep a little more integrity. And then if it feels okay, you can straighten out the other one as well. Breathe into the opening in the front body, only if that feels good and right to you. You feel free to stay there either the whole time or just for a few breaths. And eventually, if you'd like to float the knees above the hips, you can do that. Or let the legs start to straighten, bringing the heels above the hips. Just finding your waterfall. Little change of perspective. And circulation moves in the opposite direction it normally does. Taking a little weight off of the feet, so to speak. And literally. And breathe. Just be with this experience, however it shows up for you. Remember, in a waterfall, there's really no right or wrong. Just let the feet dance and dangle as they do. Maybe they just float above you. Knees don't need to be straight. Let go of alignment. Just let the legs float as they do. Allow the body to be supported by the earth under the shoulders and the hips. And the breath moving freely and flowing. Feel free to stay here longer, or if you feel ready, very gently bend the knees. Slowly lower one foot to the floor and then the other. Really feel the connection of the feet to the earth. Tune into all the corners of the feet connected to the ground. And then press down with the glutes. Move the block aside. Lower down slowly. One vertebra at a time with intention. Don't just collapse down. When you land, take a nice full breath. And then we'll take the legs wide and find happy baby. Hands to the outer edges of the feet or to the ankles, calves, or even the back of the thighs. Soles of the feet are up towards the ceiling. Knees are wide. Find some rolling if that feels good, a little playfulness, stretching one leg out and stretching the other leg out. Or just allow yourself to be in stillness for just another 2 or 3 breaths. And gently let the soles of the feet come together, let the knees go wide. Go back here. And the hands can slide to the knees as you bring them together. You might give yourself a little hug. And then let the legs grow long. Find your way into Shavasana with any support that you choose. Let the shoulders roll down the spine. Let them be flat on the floor, almost face up. Take a big belly breath and a big releasing exhale, letting go of all effort. Choosing to embrace ease. And then witness the body slowly give in as it melts one little piece at a time into the support of Mother Earth. Release the effort of the breath and just let the breath flow as you witness it. Just watching it move in and move out. Without changing anything, just feel into the body as it is. You might tune into the palms and feel the sensations of the palms. And that awareness, the whole body. And notice the flow of your breath as it is. And begin to gently welcome the full breath in. And just being with the breath as it is with a little more intention. Creating a little more space. And slowly welcome some movement. You might wiggle fingers and toes. Just take a nice big stretch. And opening and closing the mouth. And then yawn. After a big stretch, rolling over to one side. Just coming to lay in the fetal position. Using the bottom arm as a pillow for the head. You make your way to one side, take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. Just really feeling into that stillness inside. In your own time, use your top arm to press yourself upright. Let yourself come to a comfortable seat. And you lengthen the spine. No rush. Bringing awareness to the connection of the body to the earth. And then gently bring the palms towards each other. And take it nice and slow and just feel into the connection between palm to palm, fingertips to fingertips. And then gently start to press a little bit more to flatten out the hands. And let the heart lift up towards the thumbs. Feel the energy between each hand, between the palms. The energy of yourself giving. Let's breathe in that intention that you worked with from the very beginning. Big inhale. And as you exhale, receive it. Gently bow down. That place of beauty develops within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you so much. Everyone has a beautiful day.